Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. We're cooking again, okay? Hold on a minute, I'm cutting some crust here off. All right, we are making a roast pork with apricot and a shallot stuffing. Doesn't that sound interesting? It sounds very good. All right. What they want you to do is take 3 slices of a firm white sandwich bread. They want you to cut the crust off, which I'm doing right now. They want the oven set at 375. They want the rack in the middle, and they want you to cut the crust off your bread, which I'm doing right now. Yes, I'm using my French bread recipe. This bread is so good. It's great for stuffings and everything else. But what I'm going to do is, instead of wasting the crust, I'm going to take the crust and I'm going to toast it. And I'm going to make breadcrumbs out of it because I don't want to waste any more than I have to. I should say it like that. All right. You need 6 ounces of dried apricots. And you need 3 cups of boiling water. When the water boils, you're going to put the apricots into the boiling water, and you're going to simmer them for 5 minutes. So I'm going to have to turn this down. I'm going to clock this. 56 will be 1 after the hour. So let me finish cutting this bread. Then I'll tell you what we're going to do with the bread. All right, now they want you to take this bread and cut it into 1/3 inch pieces. And good morning. Hello, Rita. I'm not Rita. I think you're on the wrong channel. Hi, Eric. So late. I'm up early this morning. Give you an idea, they want a 1/3 of an inch. All right, 1/2 is a little, so we're talking about little squares about this big, little ones. Because we're going to toast them, but they want to make sure that the crust is off. I don't expect it to be perfect, never, but at least you know what they want, small cubes. Should have left the crust on. They want the crust off. They want just about a cup. Okay, we got 3 minutes. Good morning, everybody. Kui, I can't pronounce your name. Good morning. Hi, Dredge. I'm doing well. Sosa? Yeah, well, mine's a little big, don't worry. I don't care. But that's just telling you how small they want them to be. I think, what size pencil Pencils come in different sizes. But anyway, when I get done stuffing them, I know they're going to collapse anyway. Now you're going to put these breadcrumbs in a 375-degree oven. We're going to let them golden up a bit. At the same time, I'm going to be dehydrating the crust so I can grind them up. Okay, let's see. Got 1 more minute, we'll be taking care of the apricots next. Now you're going to need 3 to a 3.5 pound boneless center cut pork loin roast. Okay? That's what they want to give you an idea. Hi Alamo, Yellow, Roy, Will. We are having roast pork with apricot and a shallot stuffing today. No, this is for a pork roast. You mean to feed your dogs? Yes, I have a dog food recipe. I used to have to make it. It has liver and kidneys in it, and yeah, one dog had to have almost 25 pounds of fat a week. Oh God. And it has chicken backs, chicken gizzards in it. They also got raw bones, blood, raw egg, cod liver oil, and whatever else I could find for them to eat. So yes, I did make dog food as well. They want us to drain the apricots now. As I say, let them plump up. They say drain them very, very well, which I'm doing right now. And if they think I'm going to cut these things apart, I might have another thing going. Okay, those are hot. We're going to wait a few minutes. I am not burning my finger for anybody. I've already cut them. They want a non-stick skillet. Okay, let me put these in a bowl and cool some because we're going to have to chop them up. Okay, it's going to take 10 minutes for those. Now they want 1 whole cup. Of chopped shallots. These have a garlic onion flavor. I don't believe you, Rory. It's too early. Well, good morning, Boo Boo. Hi, Isaiah. Good morning. Okay. So we got a lot of chopping to do. Put those in it too. We'll check them at 12. Speed, and good morning. Derp. Curly, good morning. We're making roast pork with apricot and shallot stuffing. So let's see. I am doing well. Still sore from all the shoveling. I can feel it when I get up in the morning. It's not my bones that hurt, it's my muscles that let me know when I go to get out of bed in the morning. It's like, oh my God. I know. It'll last for a little bit and then it'll go away. Eddie, I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you? I hope things are well with you as well. Oh, the pie. I might as well show you. Here it is. I was outside doing the trash and I overcooked it a bit, but here's the pie. And you can see I overcooked it. Didn't mean to, but I was having trouble with that trash trying to get it out, so my clock was, I didn't get in time and it overcooked a bit. Nobody's had it, so we don't even know if it's going to come out yet, but we'll find out today if it turns out good or not. If it doesn't, it will go in the trash. Okay, we'll take this off as soon as I can get it. Oh, still got one more to go. Okay. Come on. Cut my nails, and then I have to go and peel this, which you need your nails for. It's so fine. Okay, one more. I should chop this up first and see how much this is, and then I'll work on that one. So you cannot use onion in place of this because this has a mild garlic onion flavor. And onion flavor will be too strong for this. Because you really want the apricots to stand out. I did. My sons were helping me. One did it at night in the middle of the storm. I was up early in the morning, I did it, and it was still snowing. And then when my other son got up, and later in the afternoon when it finally stopped, he and I were out there doing it again. So all three of us were doing it, but I have a son that works at night, so when he came in, he proceeded to start shoveling. And by then it was almost a 1.5 to 2 feet. Then when I got up in the morning and finished doing what I had to do, I went outside and it was near 2 feet again. So I started shoveling because I knew he would have to get up and go to work. He wouldn't be able to get to work. And then it was still snowing when I went out to shovel. And then when it finally stopped and one of my sons had already gone to work, my other son said, let's go take care of it. And he was, so I had to reshovel again. So there was a lot of shoveling. It wasn't just one person. I did get help. But I think being 73, is slowing me down a bit. But what got me was that, thank God, the snow wasn't wet. If it was wet snow, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would have died out there. But because it was light snow, it was easier to handle. It's when it's wet snow. If for people in the South, you don't understand that. When you're up north, you learn what's heavy snow, or what they call wet snow, and dry snow. Then I went in the back to go get the trash to put it out. And the cats in the neighborhood couldn't find a place to poop in the snow, so they decided back by the trash. I had to clean that up. I didn't mind. I mean, they're trying to survive like everybody else. And if I have extra food, I always give it to them. Might have done too many of these. 5, 12. Let's see. It was one after. Okay. Okay, just a little more. Now my bread is not white because I use whole grains and stuff, so mine's going to be more of a tan color, so it won't toast the way they want it to look. But they say toast until golden. But when you use whole grains, it's a little different. Well, I could always use those for something else. No, they're not full yet. I'll keep on going. Okay, I have a cup of that. Now we get to those garlic. I mean the apricots. Breadcrumbs, Sandra. Okay, those are done. And the apricots, they want them pitted and cut into 1/3 inch pieces. One third square or 1/3 slice. I'll just half them and we'll do this. Serge, how are you? Brian, good morning. Thank you for the heart. Espositos, I think I said that right. Phil, good morning. What's on the menu? Roast pork with apricot and shallot stuffing. Thank you, Fate. I think I said that right. Deshawn, good morning. Phil, good morning. Okay. I don't think it really matters what size I cut these, but anyway. Don't say anything. I have not had breakfast. I woke up, fed everybody, had a glass of water, got up and started cooking. Hold on a minute. They see we have another storm coming in. I'm not happy to hear that. I'm ready for some nice spring weather. Hi, Betty. Allison, hi. Duke, I'll repeat it again. We're having roast pork with apricot and shallot stuffing. I did not make my biscuit mix yesterday. And no, I do not buy it. Yes, they do. Betty, they eat, but they have to take it to work. You know, I'm making something like this, and then you go and say, more sauce, more this, more that. If I'm doing something, I can't sit there and change the recipe. I have to go shopping. Okay. Now that we've done all of that. Any more chopping in here? Oh, but of course. Okay, we're going to need 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh parsley leaves, and please put that in another bowl. You don't think onions are getting to me? My nose is giving me some problems. The shallots really got to me this time. I don't know if it's all from the rain, this moisture, or what, but I'm having problems. Oh. 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 All right, parsley. About 2 tablespoons. Now, I try to keep mine nice and neat, but my sons just tear it apart, and then I have to put it back together. I know that's more than they want, but that's me. Any more chopping? I'm reading down the recipe, see if there's anything else we have to chop. No, that's pretty much it. Okay. All right, they want us to use a non-stick skillet here. Okay? I'll put the breadcrumbs there. All right, because we're using a non-stick skillet, you have to make sure there's butter, oil, or something in it before you turn the heat on, or you will damage it. You also have to be careful that you use wooden spoons or rubber spatulas to make sure that you don't sit there and damage it. Once you scrape it, you start damaging. No. This is a pork roast with apricot and shallot stuffing. That's what we're making. How much oil do you want me to put? All right, we need 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. That's what the recipe reads, not me. Okay. Let's see, that's a little in 1, 2, go right about here. Sandra. Okay, don't worry, I'm going to get you over here. Then we'll come back here again. We have some cooking to do right now down here. Yes, this is live. Eric, let me get this lit. Can't you tell I'm practically half asleep cooking? See, I was raised, if you want something done, you get up and do it yourself. If you have to wait for everybody. That's what killed my father. He couldn't wait for his friend, so he went and did it, and he ended up throwing himself over the cliff. Dumb. And I'll probably be that dumb and do something stupid. Good morning, Eric. Yeah, my mother cooked early in the morning too, and the smells would come through. Now that I've used the apricots for this dish, I want to make cantaloupe buttered apricot muffins. That's what I work for, and I hope that you learn something on how you can make your food more nutritious. A lady said that she was making macaroni and cheese, and I said, God, you know what? I have a macaroni and cheese that has bacon and different cheeses in it, and it is so good. I should share it with you. The only thing I do is I add extra powdered milk, because I like the powdered milk is that extra protein that people need. They don't get enough protein, so they're always craving sweets and stuff, which causes them to get bloated. Thank you for all the hearts and the smiles and all. Thank you all. By the way, I'm over 8,000 subscribers, and I thank each and every last one of you for the support that you give my channel. No, I didn't. Ooh, Phil, that doesn't even sound like a nice breakfast. I try to be. Believe you me, I've made some real flops in my life, but not as bad as my husband's flop. Even the stray dogs wouldn't eat it. At least I can get the strays to eat something if it doesn't work. And by the way, those cube steaks with the seasonings that you gave me, the mustard and Provence seasonings, they turned out not interesting. I have to say, they really turned out quite interesting. You should try it. So sometimes if I'm cooking, I'm going to ask you for your opinion. What do you think we should put in this? So you're going to have to, I'm going to bring you into my kitchen. You're going to help. Dried fruit bars, Justin, those are good if you're making them. Hi, Sam, and good morning. Last time I ate was yesterday. Okay, we're going to cook the whole cup of shallots now. This is going to take a little bit. They don't want it on a high heat. They want it on a sort of a medium heat. Yeah, moderately low heat. So make sure you have a moderately low heat. Now I know why no stick is because we're using dried fruit. Dried fruit has a lot of sugar in it. Natural sugar. Sam, Sean, good morning. Cold. Any day. Jessica. It's morning. It's going pretty good. I'm still trying to wake up. Still like half asleep. At least I think my body is. My brain is functioning, but my body is like, come on, girl, get it together, you know. Thank you, Harold. Ronald, good morning. Sam, good morning. Jessica, good morning. Ronald, good morning. Nadish, Nadiva, good morning. I think I said that. Nadiva, good morning. So this is going to take about 10 minutes. They want this to go on a low flame. That's to make sure that you don't burn them. Oh, I need another tissue. I need to get it. Wait, put the apricot chicken. We don't need to do it. Now this roast is going to be cooking a bit, so the video won't be on for that part. We'll get it in the oven. I can go to bed early, Gold, sorry. Joan, good morning. Thank you. Hamza. Good morning. No, not making breakfast. This is going to be dinner, is what I'm doing right now. Because it's a roast, it's going to take time. So what do I have for breakfast? I don't know. I just might have a glass of milk this morning. Joan, yes, it's a roast. It's a pork roast. Steele, good morning. Apricot time. Put all your apricots in. What I like is the smells as you put them together. They can really get you. As you're in Los Angeles, you're on the other coast. New York State. No, I did not. North Carolina? North California? Phil? I'm just going to cook these for a few minutes and we're going to put everything else together. We'll get that roast going. Yeah, it is. Betty, Phil, as San Francisco. Okay. Do you guys know each other? You seem to know everything about each other. Because I sit here and sometimes I'm listening to you two talk and I say, how do you guys know each other? Oh, this is smelling good. I don't know until I put it together. Ham, I really don't know. Yeah, but I used to use a phone, you know, dial it and call or write a letter. I don't have a lot of people on Facebook and a lot of people that I know on the internet. It's not really my way of communicating. Okay, NorCal is Northern California. Oh God, this does smell good. I remember having pin piles, and I remember neighbors. I remember I've got friends all the way in Maine, to California. You know? All right, they want us to turn this off now. They want us to add the parsley. probably a little more than they wanted. They want you to add the little breadcrumbs. Yeah, these are dry. I'll be able to grind those up for breadcrumbs. A little squares, and they want salt and pepper. Okay, they want a half a teaspoon of salt. And they want 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. Do you notice how they always cut whatever you put in salt? They always half the pepper. Okay. All right, let's see. Southern California. Okay. Got Southern California, so. Oh, I think it does. LA Dodgers? Okay. I didn't grow up in New York. It was a shock when I came here. I had a lot of problems when I came here. We're taking a pork roast and we're stuffing it. Here. What I'm actually doing now is grinding my peppercorns. You'll hear me. Where did I come from? I came from my parents. Okay. No, I was raised in Texas. Wide open area. Alamo, yay. I do miss Texas, but they said it's so bad with the drugs, and it's, my father said, Sandy, you know how we used to walk? I said, yeah. He says, now it's all built up, air conditioned. It's not like it used to be, which is sad. I used to love the butterflies that used to come through. The whole field would be covered with butterflies. I can understand missing San Antonio, Justin. I've been to San Antonio. So I know you've been to the Alamo, as they say. What's left of it. I remember when I went, it wasn't a river that went through it because the Alamo was dry. That area was. And we walked around it. It wasn't much left, but it was in the city was built around it. Now, because you guys get upset about using the same cutting board, I will pull another one out. We've got to mix this stuffing up in the pan, which I'm doing right now, just mixing this up because this is the stuffing that's going to go in to that roast. It is pork. I might have to get some fat out of the freezer. But that's the stuffing that's going to go in this thing. Now this is a little bigger than what they wanted. This is not a Texas recipe, but if it's barbecue sauce, you can bet it's from Texas. My grandparents, yeah, I know about some of my relatives from Texas. What happened to them? This is a little more than they wanted, but it was the smallest one. They either had it too small or too big. So I was sort of caught between picking up what I wanted. Oh, good, we got fat on one side. I need that. Hi, Sandra. San Francisco. I think I got everybody in California. Okay. Please. Phil, if you're going to be vulgar, just leave. Or just be quiet. Maybe that's better. Just be quiet. Okay? Because I have to cook for my family. This is a quiet time to cook without them in the kitchen, annoying me while they're trying to get ready for work. Mommy, I need room. I got to fix breakfast and stuff. So I get up early. I take care of all of this. And then I have everything. Sandra, Alabama. From United Kingdom. Okay, Sam. I always say try to be respectful. Like somebody said, oh, you cursed. I said, well, I was giving you a direct quote from what was going on. You know, when somebody tells me, you give this perfect quote, well, I'm going to give it if you like it or not. Let's see. I'm going to read how they want this done. All right, I did all this. If pork has been tied, untie it. Okay, I don't have that. Make a hole that runs lengthways through the pork line for stuffing. Insert a sharp, long knife in the middle of the end towards the center. Then repeat it the opposite and make an incision that runs lengthways through. Open up incisions with your finger, creating a 1.5 inch wide opening. Okay. Hi, Swamp. Literally. Good morning. Shoot, everybody just flew everybody by. We have to make a hole in the center of this thing. Okay. All right. Maybe I should go this way instead. Then they want me to go this way. Let's see if I go here. And slice across. I didn't make it all the way yet. Okay. What do you want me? You want me to spread this? Why can't I just cut it? Hey, this is what they're asking. Pray I don't cut my finger while I'm at this. I'm not Rita. I don't know who you're talking to. My name is Sandy. Washington. Hi, Mary from Washington. You're below me. Now they want you to spread this meat. Make a 3-inch hole, 1.5, something like that. I guess if I can get my hands in it, that's pretty wide, right? There, that's almost like a muff. Yes, it is. This is pork. Ben, you're in Oregon. You're in a cattle country, right? Washington State, Mary? Yeah. Washington State, you've got Bigfoot out there. That's okay. No problem, Yellow. Okay, as you can. No, it's not. It's going to today because we're going to hit the 40s. Cattle country. See, I know those terms. Growing up in Texas, cattle country. That's what we called it. Now we're going to put all this stuffing in here, but I'm going to put it in a bowl because I don't want to put my hand in the frying pan to get it. Because the pan's a bit warm. I want to mix this up more. I might put it in a bigger bowl so I can mix it more. I want a bigger bowl to put this in so I can mix it better. The breadcrumbs don't seem to be mixing as well as I want. So this is the stuffing that's going to be going into it that we made. I understand some religions don't eat pork, okay? Some people like to eat a lot of raw meat. Well, I respect them, but I will say no thank you. I bypass that too, you know. So I do understand different faiths have certain things. From what I can gather, some people said they've seen it carry deer, venison, and they found bones. But they also have seen them eat berries and stuff, so I don't know. Okay, that's fine. It sounds good, you know. But they say make sure you stuff it all the way into the center. That's what I'm trying to do. Make sure I get it all the way in there. As you can see, as we're stuffing this roast is getting round now. But you've got to make sure you get it in. Well, I have some left over. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. That's like I haven't gotten it into the middle yet, and I'm still working on that. Yeah, I didn't. I can feel it now. It did not go all the way into the middle. You're going to have to really push to get this in. I was making that, I would think. Nemesis. Listen, I'm only doing what they're telling. I've never made this recipe. You can actually tell because if it collapses in the middle, here, you know you didn't get it and you just push it in until you get it really, they want it really packed. And that's what I'm doing. I'm getting the stuffing in there, believe it or not. But when you slice it, then they want you to take your hand and spread it to a good 3 inches. They tell you to do that. pork has good flavor. A lot of foods have good flavor. Wild game, you better start thinking of grinding pork with it because you need a lot of fat. Because it's really, 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 really lean. Okay, if it starts coming out the other end, you know you got it. Well, you have to say the stuffing, if nothing else, rounded this out very, very nice. There. It did take the stuffing. Now we have to be careful how we cook this. Okay? All right, now we got it stuffed. What do you want me to do? Okay, we need some more pepper and salt. I'm going to have to use iodized salt now. Let me get the pepper going. And they're saying be generous with the salt and pepper because we're going to salt the roast now. Doing a pork roast, Pert, Phil, as I don't look at religion. I'm sorry about that. I couldn't answer it. If you want me to look for Muslim friends, I don't ask them about their religion unless they ask me mine, and then we'll change. But I used to. This is an old cookbook I'm using. I don't try to change my friend's religion or anything. I was introduced to a lot of them in the 60s when I came up here, late 60s, early 70s. What are we going to do with this? That's something pepper. Are we roasting it or are we going to brown it? Okay. What oil? Okay, I'll see it now. Okay, hold on. I'm not putting another pan. They want 2 tablespoons of oil. Where did I put the oil? Where's my measuring spoons? Oh, thanks, of course. Where you threw them, Sandy. Okay, so they want 2 tablespoons of oil in a frying pan. We're going to brown this. I know I have salt and pepper I have to put on it. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. All right. California? No, I've spent more time on the East Coast than another country. My husband had promised me when he went into retirement that he would take me gambling. He knows I like to do that. But don't worry, we'd only use money that we could afford to waste. He said, just in case you don't win. So I thought that was funny when he said that. And who got me into gambling? My mother did. But I know enough that you don't become a sick gambler to where you lose everything. That's stupid. They don't tell how much. They just say a lot of salt and pepper, so that's what I'm doing right now. While that heats up. You have to admit that roast does look interesting. So we'll get this going. All right, they want a high heat. I want to make sure this is covered before I hit that high heat. And we are going to braise this. Braise means brown. All right, I'm trying to get you over here so you can see. So if you're moving around, it's only because I'm trying to make it so you can see what I'm doing. This pan should fit into this one. Okay. Skin side down first. Okay. We have to brown this, we'll braise it very well. What's up? Good morning, Matthew, Liam, Bill. Let me know how it comes out, Daddy. Okay? Nevia. Hi. Pretty. I know, you like bacon. Pretty. Freed. Hi, good morning. Nemesis. No. Braising is another term for is browning, but you're using oil. Searing, you have a hot skillet with no oil, and that's searing. It's different. When you're braising, you're using oil to brown. Thank you, Isaiah. If you don't know these terminologies, it's hard for you to cook. Thank you. It's starting to, no, I'm braising. There's oil in the pan, so I'm braising this. Searing is a hot pan with nothing in it, and you lay your steak in it. Seals it instantaneously. Braising, you're actually browning, but it has oil. You could say they're almost the same, but one is without anything. It's just a hot frying pan, and the other one has oil in it. So when you hear braising, it means you're going to have oil or butter in, and you're going to brown the meat. But when they say searing, there's going to be nothing in that pan, and you're going to get it hot, and you're going to slap a steak on it, usually. You're welcome. You are so welcome, SR. Okay, believe you me, I have been burnt. Just cut my finger the other day. It said, stick your hand into the food processor and slowly do this. That blade caught me on the side of my finger. Okay, I'm going to have to rotate this. Oh yeah, it's browning nice. That's what they want. That fat was curled up really nice with the pepper and stuff on it. Come on, you got to get in here so I can see it. There you go. Size. This one has to be, they want a 3.5 pound one. Okay. What would I pair with it? That's what I was thinking. I don't know what I want to pair with it. Yes, I do, Matthew. Yeah, it was smaller than you stuff it. I mean, you can see how big it is. So mine is a little over that, 3 pounds. Every ounce, 3 ounces is 25 grams of protein. Can you imagine how much protein? You can feed a lot of people with this. Okay. Oh, you can smell it, Snap? You're doing better than a lot of people. Mashed potatoes with pork. Yeah, I could have mashed potatoes. What kind of mashed potatoes? Because see, I have to have a starch with it. I don't want pasta with it. I thought about cornbread with it. I didn't know if I wanted to make cornbread or not. But then I had rice. I don't think rice would go well with it. Mashed potatoes might go very well with it. Emerald, okay. That sounds like Christmas and Thanksgiving. Everybody stuffs themselves. No, seared is different terminology. No, they don't want it. They said just leave it like that. Oh, what was it? A pork loin roast, I think? I can't leave right now. I'm trying to braise this side. Matter of fact, they said if it's roped, unrope it. Yes, I have. I've had pickled pig's feet. No, if you're searing a steak, no oil. After you flip it over after the first side, then you add butter, whatever seasonings you want, and you start throwing it over the steak. It won't stay on this side, so I'm actually holding it while it does what it has to do. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. I gotta get that over to the other side. Okay. We're going to transfer this now to roasting pan. Oh, come on. I got to turn you to the right side I want. Okay. Now where do you... I got it in the roasting pan. What do you want now? Okay. The oven's set at 375. We are going to put this in now. Now that's going to I thought about putting fat on it, but they said don't do it. I said okay. But I wanted to because I know pork. All right. Yes, I remember 9/11. That was the closing day on the house that was canceled. And we were supposed to be at the Twin Towers to do the closing. And I told my husband no. I told my husband I didn't want to go. You stay away from the Twin Towers while they were being built. I was telling him you stay away from there. He said, why? I said, they're going to come down very quickly, like a twinkling in the eye, and it'll be a clear day. And I saw that when they were only half built. Now, they state that they want us to cook it till it registers 150, which is about an hour. Now, they also say because we have a stuffing, it's going to be difficult to measure the temperature of this roast. Because if you go straight in, you're going to hit the stuffing and you'll get it registered for the stuffing, but not for the meat. So you have to go at an angle into the meat. So you bypass the stuffing and go at an angle, and it's got to register 150. Okay, check into your friend, Phil. Okay, James. But we're not in Thanksgiving. We just passed Valentine's Day, right? Yeah, we just passed Valentine's Day. All right, so we're going to let that cook until it hits 150. I am sure it's going to take longer than an hour to get there, but remember, don't go in to the stuffing. You have to go at an angle or a vertical, as they say, to make sure you hit it. All right? Is it? 16, yeah, the sun's getting ready to come up. All right, so listen, I'm going to let all of you go. We are stuffing a pork roast with apricots and shallots, which is a onion that has the flavor of onion and garlic together. This is dinner. Key, really? This is dinner. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to, yeah, maybe mashed potatoes would go nice with it. I'm trying to think of what kind of mashed potatoes do I want. Do I want regular mashed potatoes? Do I want a different kind of potato? Baked potato? No, I don't want a baked potato. Let me get the potatoes and see if I have 2.5. Maybe I guess we'll continue going. Garlic potatoes and green beans. I don't have the green beans I have are pickled. French fries with the roast? No. No. Though it does sound interesting to try. Scalloped? No, because it has to go in the oven. I only have one oven. You have to think about what we're having. See? That's where you make a mistake. You have to think about what you have, the flavors you have put there, and not so much as what you like, but the flavors going together. This is why I say, what kind of mashed potatoes do I want to make? Buttermilk mashed potatoes might be interesting with that. How many potatoes I have before they go bad. I should have 2.25. Don't I know my potatoes? All right. Got 2. Sandy, what are you going to do with all these dirty dishes? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to do something with them. Let's get the potatoes going. I will serve a pickled vegetable with it. I have pickled green beans. I have pickled beets. I have pickled pumpkin. Oh, you should try pickled pumpkin. That's very unusual. What else do I have pickled in there? Let me get these potatoes going. Let's get these sleeves up. Ugh. So that went in at 6. Maybe I'll check it about 7:15. It should be about there. Let's get the potatoes going now. What about truffle mashed potatoes? That is pork. Wild boar, dewy truffles. Think about it. I think truffle mashed potatoes would be good. Get this truffle oil to melt. Let's put the cap up here. Let me scrub these other leaves. So, if the pigs eat truffles, and I think truffle, I've never heard of pickled white broccoli. Okay, as you wish, McDonald's. McDonald's is dropping so cheap. Okay, Kev. Have a nice day, and may things go well. And keep an eye on those grannies. They know how to break out. I'm scrubbing them because I'm going to put the peelings into my stock. For this recipe, I have to peel the potatoes. But normally, I just scrub the potatoes and leave them on, the peelings on. But there are some recipes that definitely require. So if I'm going to scrub them, and I'm going to make a vegetable stock, I want to make sure that I don't waste the potato skins, because what the potato skins have is what your hair needs. And I want to make sure that my hair stays as healthy as it can. So if I can't use the potato peelings, I will definitely sit there and put them in a stock so I can use them, and then use the stock in food that I cook. So there's a lot of different ways of making mashed potatoes, a lot of different ways of making different dishes. I mean, I don't think I've repeated one recipe exactly as the other. It's always a little different. So my sons never know what they're going to get. Like I made an Irish stew once from one cookbook, but I found another recipe of an Irish stew is different. And I said, I should try this. Now that my hands are thoroughly cold, get the peeling, start peeling these things. recipe, you definitely have to peel the potatoes. I tried it with the peelings on and it did not taste good. Oh God, you're not going to go there, are you? So I'll put you here and I'll wash you after I get done. So this is one time I'm going to peel potatoes. I don't like peeling them, but you have to. So if you can't find real truffles, you should be able to find truffle oil, and believe you me, having truffle mashed potatoes with pork is a treat and a half. You will not believe it. When you have it, you'll sit there and say, oh, where have you been? You know, there's some recipes that you sit there and you get, and you say, oh my God. Like I took a oatmeal raisin recipe. I decided to put cranberries. Do it a little different, put different things, and it came out so good. My family demolished them. They said, these are really good, Mommy. I said, you're welcome. I just wanted to be different. Okay, we got that off. Oh. Okay, some people. But see, I got all the peelings here. Oh, I don't need that. That's got a rotten spot on it. And you could take the potato water and you could sit there and make bread with it, because I'm going to have to make bread. I really am going to have to. My sons are going through the bread like crazy. That's why I'm thinking muffins again, but this time I want to make cantaloupe. With the cantaloupe butter I made, I want to put apricots with it, but I wouldn't do it. Until I use the apricots to make sure I had enough. Well, somebody was eating these potatoes. You can see where the animals ate. Yeah, sourdough bread is really good. The French bread, you mean? Too. Now, the mayor doesn't want a boarding house. What he wants to do is he wants people who own their home to open their home to welfare and let them live there. But I've seen what welfare do. They destroy the property, and they tell you point blank, I'm not responsible for it. It's your job. I've known people who took them in, and it took them years to get them out, and then when they saw the apartment, it was a mess. It took thousands of dollars to repair the apartment. They destroy everything because they're not responsible for anything. So that's really bad. When you care for a place that somebody rents to you, they don't mind you being there, but it's like just tearing somebody's home up just because. And you say, well, I paid rent. This is your responsibility. No, I'm not doing that. I had to clean up after my family. I don't have to clean up after anybody else except myself and my cats, or whatever pets I have. I had a bird, little Pip and Dudley, and when I lost Dudley, oh, I was heartbroken. The little Pip, I never thought birds could get a stroke. I had to learn to work with it. They do. What stuffing don't I like? Is the question, Matthew. I've had so many and they've all had beautiful flavors and stuff. So the question is, what wouldn't I like? As long as it's cooked well, and done right, I'm pretty amenable. But if it runs across my plate, I am not eating it. And that's what I tell people. I don't like sushi because I've seen what they do to the animals. And I said, after seeing that, I said, never, oh no, I will never eat that food. I said, how would you like that done to you? This was my whole thought. I know animals die so I can eat. That's why I bless the food before I say my prayers, before I eat. Because I know they died. The plants die, for us to live. And, what that guy did, sushi, I just can't. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I won't. I'll have more tea and sympathy for the animal. Like, I want to make a lobster salad this summer. I only have one problem. I got to kill the mother. And I got to kill it. And they tie its hands and it can't defend itself. And I'm going to have to buy it pre-cooked. I just can't. I know, I'm not supposed to, but I can't. If my husband was alive, he'd be the one to kill it. He can do it, but I can't. Maybe my sons would, but I just can't. Me, I go to the ocean and give its life back. But once it's dead and the soul's gone, I can eat it. With the soul there looking at me, I'm going to kill it. I can't. I can't wait till it comes to the time where we don't have to. Be no death or anything. No, I don't grow them. Yeah, whatever, that's me. It has potatoes in it. It mentioned vegetables in it. It sounds really good. I marked the page in the cookbook. I was going through something else and I got sidetracked. That's usually what happens with me. I have an idea of something that I want, and then all of a sudden I get sidetracked. And I said, oh, this sounds better, Like, I didn't plan this roast at all. I have to be honest with you. I did not plan it. I was going for something else. And I said, oh, God, this sounds too good. We've got to have this. Because I was going to say we were going to have something else. Just like those hamburgers, whatever, hamburgers I made. I had so many different kinds of ground meat in there. I just said, you know what? I'm going to put it all together, put some salt and pepper on it, and that's all we're going to have. They came out good. I was shocked. My son said, what kind of meat did you use, Mommy? I said, I don't know. I had a lot of packages of different kinds of ground meat. I put them all together, and that's what we're having. So I call it whatever I have, hamburgers. Because sometimes you can't find the amount you want, and you have a little extra, so you put it back in the freezer, right? And then next thing you know, you've got a whole bunch of those little packages. Just put them together. I guess I could have made a meatloaf. I had about 2 pounds. But I didn't. I made hamburgers. And I know you would have said, well, what's in it? I couldn't tell you because I don't remember. All right. Let's get these potatoes going. Let's what my father said, you'll starve, Sandy, but you can't kill. I said, you know, once it's dead, I'm fine, because the soul's not there anymore. But the soul's looking at me. I can't. I can't. And if you ever look into animals' eyes, you see the gentleness in them. They really are. My cat's been angry lately, yelling at me because he can't get in my lap because I'm busy. And I said, wipe that off your face, or I won't feed you. My mother couldn't understand that once the soul's gone, it's all right. But when the soul's there, you can't. And what's worse is the animal knows he's going to die, and he looks at you. Don't look at me, you know? Okay, got my frying pan out. Now we're going to start chopping. And you know what? I don't have to cut small pieces because they're peeled. Only add an inch above your potatoes. You don't have to drown them, and the potato water can be used to make bread, which I will probably make as well today because I'm running out of bread. We're going to boil those until they're tender. That'll give the truffle oil time to melt, and I'll get that recipe to make sure I get the right ratio of butter to the truffle. Okay. I'll be right back. I have to get another cookbook. For that lobster salad, it has green beans in it, red bell pepper, heavy cream, mayonnaise, so I have to make mayonnaise, special potatoes. That sounds really good. Lobster and potato salad with tarragon. See, I already marked the page for summer. I wasn't looking for it. Now let's see. Mashed. Let me go into the index and find it. Let's see, it'd be under truffle. Under tea, I think. Truffle mashed potatoes, $2.70. You need anywhere from 1.5 to 1 3/4 russet potatoes, which I have here. We'll need 4 tablespoons of butter. We need half and half. I have to make half and half. We need white peppercorns as well. So let me get my book for half and half, and we'll make some half and half. See, I told you it was a little different. I wanted to make sure. Let me get these potatoes in a bag. I'm going to have to make stock now. See, I have 2 big bags of peelings from all my vegetables. Whatever vegetables I have, when you make the stock, it is so rich with nutrients. And you can use it in place of water in your gravies and stuff. If you don't want to make a milk gravy. And your gravies actually have a better flavor. No, because I'm going to use the water to make bread. Because I use it, I don't add the salt. I cook them and then add. Yeah, I just have to go through the aches and pains. And Anima, if you want to leave, leave. I talk about my life. If you don't like it, fine. If you don't like the way I cook, fine. If you don't like me, leave. Okay? Just as simple as that. I'm not going to die from it. Have a good life. Do find a page of cooking that you can learn more, and you find somebody that is more in your mind frame. Okay? Or maybe more in your political point of view or something. That I have no problem with that. Goodbye. May you have a blessed life, and may it go well for you wherever you go. Oh, I need half and half. I need a half and half recipe. I think I'm going to get upset if you leave. You don't like it, that's fine. Call me rude, I don't care. I'm not going to bend over backwards for anybody. 3/4 and a 4th. Okay. All right, to make half and half, you'd think I would remember this stuff. You need 3/4 of a cup of milk. You need 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream. That's how you make half and half. This up slowly if you wish as we add it to the mashed potatoes. I don't always do it, okay, because I know everything's going to get cold and my sons will have to warm everything up. You need white peppercorn, and how much butter do we need? He says the recipe reads actually 4 tablespoons of salt butter. That I do not have. My butter is frozen, which is approximately, I think, 2 tablespoons here, so I have to get another 2 tablespoons, yeah. Okay. Well, it's been a while now. I'm over it. I know. And considers me rude. That's okay. That's her opinion. But may she have a blessed life, and may things go in the direction that she wishes in life. You know? And that she's kind to everybody, because if she's not, it's going to come back and bite her. Truth is a very hard thing to face up on ourselves. And I know it is. Thank you, Zakor. I'm just going to say Z-Core, okay? 1, 2, 3. I got 2, so we need 4 tablespoons. I've got 2 there. Do not do this. Do not dip it on your counter. It'll dull your knives. I tell you not to do what I'm doing, right? And you're saying, but you're doing it. I know. Okay, we have to cut this butter because we're going to be doing a lot of stirring. And it'll help soften my butter up. Okay. We got the butter ready. We got the white pepper. We got the truffle. I think I have to put salt in here, don't I? Yes, salt. I'm not using coarse salt. They want coarse salt. All right, when they say coarse salt, they're talking about kosher salt. Okay? I'll use it, but I usually use it for canning salt, but I don't use this often unless but he seems to like kosher salt, so we'll use kosher salt. So whenever you see coarse salt, they're talking kosher, though they say coarse. They sort of change the words around, so people will sit there, because some people say, well, it's kosher, so I'm not going to use their salt. So they're changing words around and you don't know, and things like that. So you sort of have to be on top of it with what they're doing. I'm trying to make room here. I will, Zor, hold on. So now we have to wait for the potatoes, and we'll get moving. And the roast is going to be cooking for a while still. Okay, put the food out for them. Good, these are dry. I can use those. Kosher salt. I need black pepper. No, they want white pepper, so I can put this up. I have carrots. I might serve carrots with this, with beets. I don't know. Maybe green beans, pickled green beans. I need a color combination. We got green, white, and we've got the roast color. Pies for dessert. Always be aware that people who can't deal with different opinions and different cultures, they're very narrow-minded and very insecure, so everything has to be. Mine's 12 years old, both of my cats. I look at the snow, hoping it'll disappear faster. Pootie, if you must know. We're having a pork roast stuffed with apricots and shallots. We're having truffle mashed potatoes. $71. What? Oh, okay. I don't understand all of that goes on. I really don't. It's a squash pie. I did it yesterday, part 2 yesterday. The day before we did part 1. Oh, Isaiah, okay. Yeah, the whole thing, it's a squash pie. It's a let's see, chica. It's a new squash, and it tastes like pumpkin and squash combination. So I figured, well, since it has the pumpkin, I didn't want to follow a pumpkin recipe. And squash pies were very popular at one time. They fell out of favor with people. And this was a new squash I was trying, and I liked the flavor of it, so I proceeded to make a pie with it. But then I forgot it was in the oven because I was dealing with the trash, getting it ready for today, and I overcooked it a bit. Hi, Amelia. Last lap. Well, it's different. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. We're going to try it today, and then my sons will give me my opinion on it, and then I'll know for sure. You know, that's how we go in here. If I'm going to try something, everybody's going to throw their opinions and let me know. The potatoes are boiling. We're just waiting for them to finish. Now, if you leave your peelings on your mashed potatoes, you cannot use a ricer. Warning you right now, it doesn't work. Let's see. I know you guys are right, I can tell. Good morning, Shane. Amelia. Hi, Betty. I know. Thank you for helping out. That's very nice. Thank you, Amelia. Jethro, good morning. Sort of cleaning up somewhat right while I wait. So I still have to get the beds and stuff done. Haven't gotten there yet. And then to see if sanitation has picked up the garbage. Okay, we're getting there. Good morning, Jethro. Amelia, hi. Beck from England, hi. New England. I want the wire spoon for this. So we're waiting for the potatoes, and we'll get those done. But I want to clean this meat cutting board. I don't want to leave it sitting too long. I never leave them sitting too long, the meat, especially the meat board. always clean them. I don't leave the meat board too long sitting. No, we're going to have truffle mashed potatoes. Yeah, England. Yeah, I know, Becky. Where I'm going, the roast will probably be done, but it smells good. It does. Smell really good. I know that cartoon, Yabba Dabba Dabba Doo. Truffle butter? No, it's truffle mashed potatoes. Okay, we just have to wait. I'm at the point of just waiting for everything. There's nothing I can do now. Normally I wouldn't be talking to you. I'd be running upstairs to get the beds and get things together upstairs. Busy but sore from all the shoveling we did. Las Vegas, Nevada. Sheldon. Nolan, hi. Let's see, what am I going to do? I'm going to have to strain the potatoes because I want the potato water for bread today. Now you can see, Betty, why I don't sit there and add salt, because I'm going to be using this water. When I'm done with this dinner, I am going to have to get bread started, and I figured I'm just going to make a light whole wheat, and I'll use the potato water in it. That's actually sugar that the yeast likes. It rises better. No, I'm using truffle oil because I cannot find truffles. So, International Collection has white truffle oil, and that's why I'm using it. And it's artificially flavored, which teases me off, but it's as close as I can get to it. All right. It's packed by United Kingdom, so it comes from England. That's why it stays in there. No artificial colors are preservatives. It's just artificially flavored. Because you know, mushrooms don't have a lot of liquid till you start cooking them out. I'll tell you, no, I don't like to gamble where you lose money and stuff, but for me it's just fun. Like my son said, this person was not going to talk, and I said, oh yes they are going to come to you. He says, no they're not. I said, you want to bet on it? He said, yeah, I'll bet you $100, Mommy. I said, okay, get ready to pay me. I said, I don't know when, but this person will be talking to you soon enough. So and he said something else and said I was wrong. I said, I am? You want to bet on that? And he said, no, Mommy, I'm already in debt to you, $100. I know my $100 has got wings and it's going to be flying in your direction. No, I don't go to Los Angeles to gamble. You can get truffle butter. Oh my God. Hi, Mickey. Yeah, always try. Today we're having a stuffed pork roast, and it's stuffed with apricots and shallots. Okay, and we're having truffle mashed potatoes. Where can you get the butter, Betty? Yes, I would like it. I would love to, but I don't know how you can get it to me without it melting. That's the problem. Oh man, truffle butter. that'd be good to try. I can imagine that on biscuits. Man, I would love that. Yeah, that's how I do. If I have the money, if I don't have the money, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not like one of those gambles that go to the tables and stuff like that. I'm one who will sit there. If somebody says I'm wrong about something and know I'm right, I'll sit there and just say, you want to bet? And then they set the price. My mother used to say, you're wrong, Sandy. She was always giving me money. And she was the one who sat there and taught me how to play rum. It's 2 deck of cards, I think. Man, she said 1/4 cent a point. I would walk out with dollars. She wasn't real good at it, but she liked playing cards, so I became her companion in playing cards. No, I never spent something no. You've got to be able to take the loss. And if you lose it, you don't go back or ask to try again. I need a bigger one. So I'm smart in that area. Because my father wouldn't take my mother to Nevada. My husband was going to take me to the Indian reservation in upstate New York. He said, oh, Sandy, you'll have fun up there. He said, with your gift? That's what he wanted. He had planned to use my gift. And I said, I can't do it for that. Now what you're going to do is put the potatoes back in the pan, because what you want to do now is dry them out. They'll have a film on the bottom of the pan, and then you know your potatoes are thoroughly dry before you proceed to start caring for them. You stir them around and just let them dry out. Okay, I'm going to need another bowl. Put the potatoes in as I take care of these things. Okay, they're dry. See, that's the kind of film that you'll get on them. Then you know your potatoes are dry. Right now, the pan's going to stay hot. So I'm going to rice these over here. I'll bring it over here so you can see. Turn you down. Okay. Ricing makes them fluffier than mashing them, which is really nice. And if you're angry at your husband, this is a good way of getting rid of energy without hurting anybody. And you see how the potatoes are different when you do them like this. Dry them out. I wonder how a meat pie would go with yams as the topping. Hey, I'm just thinking out loud. Shepherd's pie. Yeah, shepherd's pie with yams on top. That would be different. Oh, you and the French fries. Always use the back of your knife, never use the blade. You'll dull it. Okay. You're going to add this butter and we're going to start stirring this. Yeah, your arm's going to get tired. This way you'll spread that butter all around. Your potatoes are nice and hot. The only time I have white potatoes. I mean, you can even buy whole grains and cook them in your stews, you know, and that's how you could add, when you're cooking the meat, you know, when you're boiling it, I usually put stock in mine instead of water and wine. You could sit there and throw in a little bit of whole grain, the kernel of our brown rice, and cook it. Not too much or it'll soak up all the fluid. We're going to keep on stirring until this butter is all melted. I'm fixing dinner. We're going to get to it. We're putting half and half and we're not using milk. And I just showed you how to make your half and half. It's 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream and 3/4 milk. And that's how you make half and half. So see, you don't have to buy it. And if you make ice cream and use heavy cream and cakes and stuff, you don't have to buy some of this stuff. You already have it in your house. Okay. We have 1 cup of half and half. We're just pouring a little at a time until we get the consistency that we want. We got the butter in. See, when you use everything, you have to be careful how you use your salt and stuff. I will be adding salt to this. Don't think I'm not. Yeah, they're working with it. They're telling me to write them down. One made chicken sandwiches, and that chick, he said, "Mommy, are we going to use this whole thing?" I said, "Yes, we are." Like this, I said, "Yes." One made a chicken casserole that came out of my head, and they said, "Would you write it down?" A lot of the times they say, "Mommy, you're not writing these down." I said, "Well, I have to get some more paper for that cookbook. That's where I write things down that come in my head, and I keep it in the house." They said, "But you're not very good about writing it down." Well, I said, "I make it enough. I know it by heart." They said, "Yeah, but when you go, it's in your head and we're not going to have it." So, yeah, they cook these recipes. Each are different. And if they have a problem, I'm careful to pick recipes for them to work with that they can maneuver with and learn a new skill. As old as they are. They said, "I doubt we'll ever cook the way you do," but I show them. And believe you me, these are really good, these mashed potatoes. But, ow, gee! I'll be right back. I'm bleeding again. Oh, dang. I hit on the side of the pan and I just got it closed. I tell you, you get injured in the kitchen. Believe you me, I'm not kidding. Yeah, you're really bleeding. We'll write this really tight on you. Make it like a tourniquet. Okay. Oh, that's throbbing. That really hurt me. Okay. Use that whole cup. I cut myself the other day making the pie, and then it healed. It's closed up. It's not healed. It closed up. And then I just hit the rim right here and opened it wide up again. And that, oh, that ran to my heart. It really ran to my heart. Okay, measuring spoons again. Okay, tablespoon of truffle oil. God, I am shaking that. That really hurt. Then we'll add some salt and pepper and we'll adjust the truffle oil if we need to add more. But if you have fresh truffles, lucky dog, as I would say. All right. You're going to use white pepper. It's milder in flavor, so it won't affect the heat of the smoothness of the truffle. That's why we're using white. Herb, I'm sure it is, but if you can't find it. You use a whole cup of half and half. And I told you how to make it. It's 3/4 of a cup of milk to 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream. So if you have heavy cream and milk, but you don't have any half and half, you can make it right there on the spot. They don't tell you how much salt and pepper, so you're on your own this point. But we'll be testing it. Sandra, it had a cap on it. I never leave the cap on. Okay, so put it on. Let's get some salt. They want kosher salt, that's right. How much kosher salt do you want on this stupid recipe? I had the kosher salt here and I didn't even look for it. Okay. One of the few times you'll see me mash potatoes without the peeling. And I want a little more truffle. I really happen to like it. Just about another tablespoon. See, I was going like this, and I came across and just hit it really great. My finger again. That's good. A new way of making mashed potatoes, one of many ways. A lot of people like the ginger mashed potatoes. Truffle mashed potatoes. You're in for a treat. See, I don't have any room. We're going to use that. So I'll put it over here just in case you're not going to use that. Been at it about an hour. I'm going to check the internal temperature and we will find out. They say a quick thermometer. I don't know what those are. We just had thermometers in the kitchen, so some of this terminology I don't understand, which is new and I'm having to learn. Yeah, well, it depends upon I have a cookbook that has like 12 different kinds of mashed potatoes. I was shocked. And I'm saying if I have any leftover truffle mashed potatoes, maybe I should make biscuits with it, with a slight hint of truffle in it. Oh, I go there. Don't think I don't. I know mine's going to take longer to cook, but we'll check it. All right. Angle. Yeah, but I don't believe you're that hot in the internal. I might be absolutely wrong. Yeah, now you're dropping. I thought as much. Okay. They say the temperature is internally 171, and they want it at 150. Okay, so I think it's done. I'm going to leave it in there while I clean up in here. So that's pretty much it for this meal. I don't know if you want to see me make potato bread or not. Oh, we're at 88, okay. Yeah, I think it would be. That's if there's any mashed potatoes left from this. Why can't I? I also want to try yams with pecans in biscuits, see how it comes out. That's something else that I'm thinking about as something just nice to snack on. Oh God, this finger really hurts. Don't ever hit a place that is in the process of healing. It hurts very much. Okay, well, I have to clean all this up, and I'll probably be back. I should be back by 9 o'clock, somewhere around that, and then I'll be making some bread. Okay, Linda. DJ. Okay, so probably around 9 o'clock, if I get everything clean, I'm going to run around this house. I'm going to be making bread around 9 o'clock. Okay, and it'll be, actually, we're going to be using the potato water that I just got from the potatoes to show you that you can sit there and use the potato water that you cook, as long as you don't add salt, because if you add salt, you're going to throw the ratio off of salt to the flours and stuff that you're going to make. Okay, so I'll see you after a bit. Okay, take care for now. Bye-bye.